So we've made a ton of pasta dishes here on Spain on a Fork, especially one-pan pasta dishes, as they're one of my all-time favorites because they're so conveniently easy to make, pack a ton of great flavors, and typically done in just 30 minutes or less. Anyways, today we're making a pasta dish that sits right up there with the best of them. We're talking a creamy one-pan smoked salmon pasta. Now, not only is this dish filled with so many beautiful flavors, but it's made with the most basic ingredients, and it's a recipe that is actually healthy for you folks. This is another one of those dishes where less is more, and simplicity means extraordinary. Let's begin by grabbing a large fry pan. Remember to use a larger pan here. This is a one-pan dish. That way all the ingredients fit in there. We're going to heat it with a medium heat and add in about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. To make this recipe, I'm using an olive oil from Apollo. This is our Miller's favorite organic extra virgin olive oil. Truly such a beautiful olive oil, and it works perfect with this pasta dish. Link where you can get some in the description box below. While the olive oil is heating, I'm going to thinly slice 2 shallots. Now when I'm working with shallots, it's exactly like working with onions. You just cut the shallot right down the middle and remove one of the outer layers, as those outer layers are not as firm as the inside ones, making it so much easier to slice that shallot. And we'll also grab about 5 cloves of garlic. Remove the skins from each clove and roughly chop the garlic. For this recipe, you don't want to finely mince the garlic. You want to have larger chunks of garlic in there, as it's what gives this dish that beautiful pop of garlic goodness. After heating the olive oil for a couple minutes, I'm going to add in the sliced shallots and the roughly chopped garlic. And we'll mix the ingredients around, that way they're all evenly coated in that olive oil. And it's very important to mix this continuously, that way the ingredients don't brown too quickly and they all evenly saute. You know, if that garlic browns too quickly, it can easily get a bitter flavor. After about 2 minutes, and the shallots and garlic are lightly sauteed, once again, you don't want to brown them too much. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of dried dill, which is a little over 1 gram. And we'll give this a quick mix. That way the dried dill is evenly coating the shallots and garlic. And let me tell you, by adding in that dill right now, it's going to make it nice and fragrant. Then I'm going to add in 3 cups of water, which is 710 milliliters. To make this recipe, you can also use chicken broth or even vegetable broth. I just prefer to use the water here. That way it doesn't overpower the dish, and that smoked salmon is the star of the show. And we'll season generously with sea salt. Then we'll turn up the heat from a medium heat to a high heat. And we'll give it a quick mix and bring that water to a boil. Once the water comes to a boil, it's time to add in the pasta. For this recipe, I'm using penne pasta, but as always, you can use whatever kind of pasta you like here. The most important thing, make sure to check the package instructions. That way you perfectly cook your pasta al dente. I'm going to measure out 2 1/4 cups, which is 8 ounces or 225 grams. And add the pasta into the boiling water. And we'll mix the pasta around, that way it's evenly distributed, and you don't have to mix this continuously, but do get in there every 2 to 3 minutes, that way the pasta doesn't stick together and it all evenly cooks. About 9 minutes after adding the pasta into the pan, and you can see a lot of that water has been absorbed by the pasta, but there's still plenty of water left. I'm going to place a lid on the pan and lower the fire to a low-medium heat. And we're going to simmer this on a low-medium heat for about 3 minutes. This is enough time for that penne pasta to be perfectly cooked al dente and for the majority of that water to be absorbed by the pasta. Now the penne pasta I'm using takes 12 minutes to cook al dente, so that was 9 minutes without the lid and 3 minutes with the lid. So once again, very important, make sure to check the package instructions in the pasta that you're using. That way you end up with perfectly cooked pasta. After about 3 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid from the pan and turn off the heat. And we're going to leave our pasta to sit here just for a couple minutes, that we can slightly cool off. In the meantime, let's get the rest of the ingredients ready. I'm going to grab a handful of fresh chives, finely chop them. And we'll also grab 4 slices of smoked salmon and roughly chop them. The best way to cut smoked salmon, you just want to grab each slice, tightly roll it up, then cut it right down the middle, and then chop it. After leaving our pasta to cool off for just a couple minutes, I'm going to add in the chopped up smoked salmon Then we'll add in 1 container of natural Greek yogurt at room temperature. This is 110 grams, which is about half a cup. And once again, very important, make sure that Greek yogurt's at room temperature, otherwise it can easily curdle. We'll season the Greek yogurt generously with freshly cracked black pepper. That black pepper brings out an incredible flavor in the Greek yogurt. And we'll add in about 2 tablespoons of the finely chopped chives, which is 6 grams. And we'll mix this together until everything's well mixed. Then we'll remove the pan from the stovetop. Finally grate in a kiss of manchego cheese. The one that I'm using has been aged for 6 months, so it adds a beautiful flavor to this dish. However, to make this pasta dish, you can use whatever cheese you like. And we'll top it off with some finely chopped chives. Check it out, our creamy one-pan smoked salmon pasta is done. Super easy to make, made with very simple ingredients, and you've got that beautiful creamy texture thanks to the Greek yogurt, making it such a much healthier option than if we would have used heavy cream. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Like I told you at the beginning of the video, I'm such a huge fan of one-pan pasta dishes, and this one right here, I cannot wait to try. What a beautiful creamy texture. Here we go. It's absolutely delicious. So many great flavors. The penne pasta is perfectly cooked al dente. Again, so important to check the package instructions. But the beauty of this one-pan pasta is that we use Greek yogurt instead of heavy cream, making it so much healthier, folks. Give this pasta dish a try at home. Serve it next to a crunchy baguette and a garden salad. You're gonna have yourself one heck of an amazing meal. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Debbie Lee, Maria, Dark Matter, Catherine Deshays, and Karen Reynolds. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.